What's up, TW fans? Jake and Corey back.
What's up,
and we're
guys?
going to give you guys a looking forward into the 2024 ICAST.
So look back, now looking forward.
Yeah, now we're looking forward. So we're going to give a couple sneak peeks of what we know that's coming out and maybe make some predictions on, the trends that we're going to see this year. Speaking of trends, so predictions on stuff that we think is going to come out. We've already got to see a few things, but overall, what do you think we're going to see? I mean, we're gonna film a ton of videos.
Yeah.
What do you think we're going to see at the show?
Honestly, I think it's going to be an expansion of what we saw last year, to be honest. A lot of more, no doubt, forward-fishing sonar has taken off even more. There was baits there at the show last year, but it was still kind of like, guys are truly doing. Now it's like, it's the thing right now. And I think every bait company and their brother is going to have something for that market where it's rod, reel, something to fit that node. A lot of forward-facing sonar stuff. For sure is going to be hitting the market.
Yeah, I'm for sure we're going to see more minnows, more jig heads, but hopefully we see some more tackle. Some more rods and reels, and just more expansion. So there's more offerings out there.
Yeah.
But like we've talked about too, the forward facing stuff is actually forcing a lot of other categories to evolve.
Yep.
Which is actually helping out a lot of other categories of baits, like. Some of the terminal and stuff that's coming out, and some, hooks and weights, and the way stuff's getting rigged for this. There's going to be cool stuff that's going to come out that's going to make it better for Texas rigging, better for, fishing.
Just throwing small swim baits.
Yeah, throwing small swim baits, throwing, like your Senkos and, flukes and all that kind of stuff. It's like, I feel like some of those categories of baits have not really had anything to really push any kind of evolution.
Yeah.
But the forward-facing stuff, all that like new terminal and stuff that's going to come out is going to help out a bunch of other categories as far as like rigging applications and equipment that we're going to have available to us.
And I really think, in my mind, as I said for a while now, just in office talk and talking on the pros, I think everyone thinks minnow baits for forward-facing sonar, that kind of stuff. To me, people are still looking in that narrow window. I think, other crankbaits, every bait that you can utilize now, you can utilize it with that forward-facing sonar, that perspective view. It's just a different way of looking at it and utilizing 2D. It's 2D sonar you can look forward for and look on it live. So I think you can use it for all those traditional techniques. So that's why I'm hoping that you also see more guys kind of, or companies come out with stuff that's not a traditional forward-facing sonar bait, but showing guys, now this is a crankbait designed for sonar. This is another bait, whatever, different categories of baits and how you can utilize that for that technology and put it to use, and not just think minnow baits, that kind of shaking, minstrel, whatever,
I'm stoked that for that minnow bait category, that maybe because there was a lot of cool minnow baits that I used to really like for drop shotting and whatnot, and they eventually got discontinued, and now it's like we're seeing like a resurgence of that. So we're gonna have more baits for drop shotting and scrounger fishing, and a bunch of other categories, wintertime underspin fishing. Now we're gonna have more options and trailers for that. So it's going to help a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, more finesse.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Just expanding on that market. And then what else are we going to see? We're going to see more. We're going to see more JDM inspired stuff.
Yeah.
We
Inspirations.
We know there's going to be a bunch of that out there. We know people are going to get prepared for that. The keyboard guys can start warming their fingers up now. Start stretching now, because I'm sure.
Firing.
Yeah, I'm sure the comments are going to come. I know we're going to see it. There's nothing we could do about it. There's going to be a bunch of those out there. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out that is in that JDM inspired category of baits.
Is there anything you've got on your wish list you'd want to see outside of all this stuff we're predicting? Like Kata once, I want to see this for myself. I gotta have it.
I always have a wish list of stuff, but one on the wish list is I don't know why no one's done it yet, but someone make a big 8-10 inch wood topwater bait. There's not many on the market. Popular. The Lunker Punker was super popular on the West Coast.
Yeah.
But they're nearly impossible to get.
Yeah.
And they cost an arm and a leg to get one. So I wish someone else would make a stab into that category. Actually, we went to dinner with Mads, and Mads said he was going to make me one. We might have had a few too many old fashions. He might have forgot. But if Mads is watching, he promised to make a giant topwater bait.
Let's call him out on it.
Yeah,
definitely.
We'll call
Mads,
him. So
Tackle House exclusive.
Yeah, make us the big topwater bait. But
Wooden Jake.
Yeah, what is there anything that you want to see?
No, yeah. One thing I do want to see, I mean, honestly, is I would like going. I know it's more forward facing sonar stuff, but I thought last year we would see it too. More integrated turrets into the trolling motors, where you have trolling motors integrated into it, some kind of way to where it's all in the same unit, not have to be like how they have the Hummingbird setup, or have all that stuff hanging off. But they need to get to where it's all on one setup. You got maybe it's an dual integrated pole or something like that, to where the trolling motor head turns one way and the sonar turns the other way. But a way to integrate those two together without all that stuff hanging off. And that way you can put it in spot lock and then control your turret and not have just stuff everywhere. It's coming. Will be this year. I'm not so sure, but I would like to see something like that come out.
I think eventually it'll get there, but it just takes time to develop that stuff and probably get the products that are small enough to fit into whatever you want to create. But eventually it'll get smaller, stronger, more compact, more streamlined. Eventually, I'm sure it'll get there. And if any of the storage companies are watching, Charlie would like someone to conquer buzzbait storage. Somebody make the perfect buzzbait storage box, because it's not been done yet for single buzz and double buzz.
You gotta fit both, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all just throw double buzzers in our garage and we just take one or two. We just take one or two of them with us, but we'd like the whole box.
And you guys always give me heck too. I am always looking for myself. It's tough to find sunglasses and hats that fit my big fat head. And so some more sunglasses are always on my top of my list for something for truly, big head.
XXL. Oh, this morning you brought those hats in. You had an extension on that hat. I've never seen anyone have to put an extension on the snap before.
Oh, yeah. It's extended out, good 4 more buttons.
Yeah, extension on the snaps for Corey Schmidt. You can make that an exclusive if you want to.
Yeah, I'm working on
that. Exclusive. So we're also we're gonna give a sneak peek of some stuff that we know that's coming out.
Yeah.
Kind of from some of the vendors that they're always on top of it. They're getting us the information, giving us the samples. The first one, our buddy Brooks over at Dirty Jigs and Nickels. Brooks wins MVP at ICAST every year. I swear, when we send out emails, he replies with what we want in like about 2 minutes. But so the new Guppy head, it's going to be a new version of the Guppy head. So we already have the Guppy head, which is one of our top selling heads. You can use it for finesse swim baits, live scope fishing, whatever you want. A phenomenal head. But Brooks is coming out with a tungsten version for Dirty Jigs. So Dirty Jigs tungsten Guppy head coming soon. So stay tuned for ICAST. If you'd like a tungsten version, Dirty Jigs is going to have you covered.
Another one that we know something's coming out. I can't say too much about it, but last year Z-Man released that Molotron. Really cool bait, real concept design, all that stuff.
Yeah, it was a great looking bait.
But misses for the bass market though. It's just not the right kind. I mean, honestly, it'll catch fish, but it's marketed. It's a mullet bait, not really a bass bait. So
and the colors are saltwater.
Yeah, total saltwater. So dude, if you can make Gidger, shad, bassies type baits in that style of bait, dude, we'd crush it with that thing.
Yeah, and just something to build on that design. If they can build something that's that's going to be for the freshwater market. If they can get that down, that's going to be cool when we get that. And also another extension into their chatterbait lineup, Z-Man, the king of chatterbaits.
Yep.
And we know they got a new one coming out, and you guys are definitely going to want to stay tuned for that one. Just improving on older designs and just making chatterbaits even better.
And one we've been asking for years to come out, and now it's
coming. It's exactly. It's one of those ones that why don't you guys make this? Why don't you guys?
We try to make it exclusive to us, but
but Z-Man is finally is making some stuff that's going to be really really cool for in that vibrating jig chatterbait category of baits. And then up from Savage Gear, we can actually show this one.
Can we?
Yeah,
okay.
We can show this one. This one, this new glide bait here we got from Savage Gear. This one's actually going to be a Tack Warehouse exclusive. Designed by Mads over there at Savage Gear. Have you seen the videos that we got of this thing?
Yeah, but Kyle showed me some of the videos he's on his cell phone. It's crazy.
This glide bait, it's a soft glide. So a lot of glide baits are going to that soft design. It's more realistic, and they look phenomenal. But it's also a line through design. So some of the other soft glides on the market, the hooks are rigid on here. This actually has a full line through. Yeah. And it's got that little modifier on there. And then you have the treble hook that actually, you got feathers up here on the modifier, and the treble hook just hangs down. but you're not wasting a point of the treble sticking into the bait. So just the modifier sticks in there, and those feathers help hide everything. This is a really cool design Savage Gear is doing. So so this is going to be up for pre-order, actually.
Yep.
So when ICAST comes around, stay tuned. This one is going to be available for pre-order, and it's only going to be available at Tackle Warehouse. And I think we also want to explain how the pre-order system works.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so so when ICAST opens up, we're making hundreds of products live on the website, hundreds and hundreds of products. Exactly, thousands, and most of it's going to be up for pre-order. So if you want to get in the front of the line, you want to pre-order this stuff as quickly as possible.
If you want to bet, you better get in line.
Yeah, but so how it works is, if you pre-order it and if you wait too long and you're number 100 in line, and the first shipment of them shows up and we only get 50 baits, there's still 50 more guys in front of you that are gonna get that bait before you. So if you want something, make sure you pre-order it, and because if you're not in the front of the line, you might have to wait for the second shipment to show up.
And you've seen it where sometimes that second shipment's not right. Like they have a small shipment to see the
Just to
market,
get them out, yeah.
and then it's 2-3 months sometimes, especially if there's big demand for that next shipment to come, and then you're just now it's too late. That bite's gone.
Yeah, and so or you want to be the first one that has the bait that the fish haven't seen it yet.
That'd be a cool guy, right?
So just a little FYI for the customers out there. If there's something that you really want, make sure you jump on the pre-order as soon as possible. Some other things that we got coming from Gamakatsu. We saw. I don't know if you got to see the preview for it.
I have not. I saw something you guys talking about stuff. I didn't get to the lowdown on it really though.
So we checked out some of the stuff from Gamakatsu. Been in the terminal industry forever. They've got a bunch of really cool, innovative stuff coming out, but we can't really say much more than that on those ones. But stay tuned. Gamakatsu got really cool stuff.
So but you can't even tell me about right now?
Well, I mean, we can tell you when we turn the camera off.
Okay.
Well, you have access on the slide. I'm sure you have the PowerPoint somewhere.
Somewhere on there, yeah.
Yeah, and then also ton of new stuff coming from Strike King.
Yeah.
Yeah, ton of new stuff. A few new jigs that are coming out. I mean, Strike King has been making phenomenal jigs for a long time, and now just kind of expanding that and making some stuff that anglers, pro staffers all kind of wanted.
Yeah.
And then the ones that I'm pretty pumped about are the extension of their Elite series, which are really cool. Which is another idea that you said you had a long time ago. And
we talked about trying to make elite baits for the Strike King baits with the hooks you guys want, like the KVD trebles out the box, and clean up and just clean up, make them a little different, little fancier paint jobs and hooks. And we had it go, and we thought it was gonna be a thing, and then it kind of fell away. And now here it is.
Strike King is doing it. So the last couple of years they've come out with that Elite series of jerk baits. It comes with the premium Mustad triple grips on them. And some really cool paint jobs, so they're gonna be expanding that lineup. So if there's some other popular Strike King baits that you like that you wish you had an Elite series version of it, your wishes might be answered this year.
And if not, let us know. We can maybe talk to Strike King and make that some kind of exclusive bait. And they got a lot of other cool crankbaits on. What else how much can we say about the style? I mean, we say category of flat side crank. We say that, or no? Do we just say that?
You said it. Okay. It's finessier style crankbait, and then a new top water kind of a take on some of the other models that they already got. One's actually it's kind of a spin on one of my favorite Strike King baits that I never tell anyone about. And
really? Thanks, bud.
Yeah, I'm never telling you about
more secrets.
Oh yeah, more secrets, and I think I buy just enough to keep it from getting discontinued.
And they're updating some other old Strike King baits too, though, right? There's some other updates from them.
Updates on some of the older Strike King baits that have been around for a long time. They're getting updated, getting a refresh, getting some nice updates. It's going to be great for the bass market. Also, resurrecting some of the old super sought after Strike King baits. So if you're one of those guys that hunts around eBay for certain Strike King baits, the larger Strike King baits, some of those are coming back.
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure.
I have a couple.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm pretty sure.
I have a couple.
You said larger. Ones. I think that clued me into what it is.
And then in that kind of same category, they're actually doing a couple collaborations, which I've never seen from Strike King before.
That's cool.
So Strike King is doing a couple collaborations in a few different categories, and they got a couple other baits that are coming out in the larger style bait that's going to be really cool.
So collabing with other like smaller brands or professional or pros or garage guys or what?
Strike is doing some collaborations with like smaller bait makers.
Okay.
And so they're going to bring some of those like, smaller manufactured bait designs, to a bigger market. But they're doing a collaboration with a few companies, and they're going to have some really cool stuff.
That'd be really cool.
And what do we got from our guys over at Daiwa?
From Daiwa, this is all getting. I've already heard it secondhand. They got some new BFS type stuff. I've heard right in the realm BFS realm.
I think they got new BFS stuff. They got some new kind of refreshers on some of their core lineup of rods and reels. Should be great. And then they've also got they got some new additions into the line. So the last few years, Daiwa's been making, been pretty strong in the line category.
Big push, yeah.
Yeah, big push into the line, and they're going to expand on that. And they got some cool stuff coming out. Some things that's kind of like outside the ordinary of traditional, what you see in traditional categories of line.
Okay.
Kind of expanding on that and doing something that's a little bit different that I haven't seen many other companies do.
And I heard they're expanding their bait line a little bit more too now.
Going to be a few more baits. Expanding on the bait line, and then over at Evergreen, down over at Evergreen, they got some anniversary stuff coming out. And I saw the image of it and what they're going to do. An anniversary edition of probably, I don't know if it's, I don't know the data, if it's our number one selling Evergreen bait. But
I think I know. Yeah.
But one of the top evergreen baits, the most popular evergreen baits, they have an anniversary edition coming out, and they're using some different materials, and it's gonna be one you want to get.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it might not be bestseller, it probably is, but definitely it's probably the bestseller evergreen bait here within the office crew for sure. I mean,
within the office, 100%.
Yeah.
I know there's a few. There's a few in every single one's. Every person in our office has got a few in their box.
I like it.
And another thing we want to mention, if anyone's been paying attention to the table, swim bait from Clutch. So this is not a new bait, but probably one of the most highly sought after baits out there on the market right now is the Clutch Echo Glide Bait. I mean, I didn't realize how much of a demand was out there for this bait.
It's insane how fast they're selling out of these things.
Kyle was telling me about it, and it's crazy the demand on this thing. But when you think about it, it makes sense because, I mean, it's a great looking shad bait, but the size of it, you appeal to every size bass, and not only is it going to catch giants, but you're just going to catch a ton of fish on it.
It's a tournament, it's a tournament bait. It's every catch any. I mean, a 2-pounder, let's be honest, will eat an 8-inch glide bait, no problem.
Yeah.
But every fish in the lake will eat this darn thing. And you don't need specialized gear for throwing it. It's just a very easy, functional bait for everyone, a glide bait that anybody can throw, but it's a really well-built, good-looking glide bait.
It is a sweet glide bait, and the action on it is insane.
See, I haven't thrown them yet. So
I haven't thrown it either. We just got a sample of it just for this video, the other day. So I've never thrown it either, but I've seen the footage of it.
We got a few hours before the sun sets, or maybe have to hit the lake real quick.
Wish the pond wasn't full of tulies. But yeah, I mean, it's a great looking bait. The action is insane on it. But we're actually gonna have these available at Tackle Warehouse around ICAST time. So stay tuned.
Can't say really when yet.
We can't say exactly when, but we are going to have these available at Tackle Warehouse. So if you want to get your hands on a Clutch Echo, just pay attention around ICAST time. Don't miss out because how fast these things sell, you're going to have to be on top of it. You might have to call in sick. You have to call in, if you want to get one of these things. You're gonna need to be on it because
have your phone pulled up, your iPad pulled up, your computer all ready to go.
They sell out so quick. So we will have a run of these that are going to be available at Tackle Warehouse around ICAST time. So if you want to get one, make sure you keep up to date on all the social feeds and all the notifications. It will let you know, and there will be a drop on when you can get one. And when you can get one this year.
They're going to be hot for sure.
But last thing we want to talk about is this year. I mean, we're doing a bunch of different kinds of coverage. So we're really stepping up our video coverage this year. So hopefully everyone enjoys it. We're gonna film a ton of ICAST videos like we do
stuff,
every year. But we're also we're putting in a bunch more effort to kind of getting some more content that hopefully the viewers want to see.
Switch it up a little, something a little different.
Yeah, and if the viewers viewers can let us know in the comments, like, what do you guys want to see from ICAST?
Yeah.
What kind of baits you want to see? What type of videos? And we'd love to hear from you guys to help steer us in the right direction where we should be spending the time running around with those camera guys 100 miles an hour across that giant show floor.
And remember, that's why our ICAST coverage started, was for you. It's an industry show.
Yeah.
You guys can't be there. So we started doing this just because we want to bring you guys inside the show so you guys can experience ICAST and see what's going on with the show and really be right away know what's going on instead of waiting months and months to find out. We want you guys to be able to come to the show. So like Jake said, if you guys want us to do something different, you like what we're doing, don't like what we're doing, tell us we suck, whatever. Let us know what you guys want to see, and we're going to change. We're here for you. We want to be your ICAST source, your ICAST coverage. So let us know what you guys like to see, what you don't like, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah, we'll run around. We'll try to film everything that everyone wants to see, and deliver the best ICAST coverage that we can to our customer base. Everyone's been sticking with us for years and years and years through all the ICAST coverage that we've done. But I mean, looking forward to it. So stay tuned. Coming up mid-July, ICAST 2024 through Tackle Warehouse.
Real quick though, hey, shout out to everybody who's. Remember that we've been working on this. These guys started this. April? You guys started working on ICAST coverage?
We start in April.
So this is a grind for these guys to get all this work out. It's insane how much work goes in to making ICAST happen. Like Jason, we turn on thousands of products day of ICAST.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen without a ton of work in the background. These guys are sitting there. Jake's basically got a cot half the time in the backyard in the office. He's taking showers in the workout room, and it's these guys put in the hours to make this show happen. It's a lot of work to make it happen. So big shout out to everyone else.
On that first day, keep refreshing that website because we there's not just one button that turns it all on. So we got to turn it all on. It takes hours to turn it all on. So if you think we're missing something, just keep refreshing. It'll come up.
And same thing in that coverage. That coverage come as fast as we can do it. We got to shoot it. We got to edit it. So it's gonna the first what you see in the first day of coverage on that show is probably honestly only the first 5-6 hours of the first day.
Yeah.
And then the other stuff is the stuff we're editing later the next morning. So it takes time to get it all up, but we're cranking out as fast as we can, and again, it's a different formats this year, so let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, and we film until they turn the lights off and they kick us out.
They're literally yelling at us.
Yeah, turn the lights off and they tell us we have to leave. So we try to get as much as we can, so hopefully everyone enjoys it. Stay tuned for ICAST 2024.
See you guys.